Okay, so like I was saying, the training is for 4 months. Okay, so from the first month, we'll be learning how to um, use Windows Server, right? Then the second month, we'll train on Linux Server. Then the third month, we'll train on AWS Cloud Services, right? Then the fourth month, we'll train on DevOps itself. So basically, what we'll be learning from the onset will be the introduction to Windows Server, yes, which is part of what we'll be learning in the first month. We'll also learn how to install hypervisors. We'll also learn how to promote a server to a domain controller and join clients to a network, to a domain network. We'll also learn how to learn DHCP. We'll learn web server configuration. Then the second month, which is about Linux, we'll learn the installation of Linux. We'll learn about Linux operating system command. We'll learn about Linux networking. We'll also learn about users and permissions in Linux. We'll learn about FTP in Linux. And we'll now move into the third month, which is AWS services. So we are leveraging on AWS, which is one of the major cloud provider services, right? Globally. So there are quite a lot of them. There's Microsoft Azure, there's GCP, and there's also Google Cloud. So AWS is quite popular. A lot of organizations run their cloud infrastructure on AWS. So that's the more reason why we are leveraging on AWS. And apart from that, they have the highest number of shares, right, in globally. Okay, so we'll be learning about different services about AWS. We'll be learning about IAM. We'll also learn about how to set up an instance, which is a server. We'll learn about DNS. We'll also learn about different projects, right? So the training is a hands-on training, and every class we give out assignments which are projects, right? So these are projects that you can also claim on your resume. Okay, so on the fourth month, which is the last month, we will now teach you guys about DevOps itself. We'll talk about the benefits of DevOps. We'll also talk about introduction to DevOps. We'll talk about the best practices in DevOps. We'll talk about the DevOps tools, right? Such as Terraform, which is used for infrastructure as code. We'll talk about continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, right? We'll talk about containerization, Docker, introduction to Docker, CI/CD deployment. We'll look at configuration management tools like Ansible, then Kubernetes, right? Then also we'll now round up our fourth month with monitoring. Okay, so within these 4 months, right, all the trainings are hands-on practical, okay? And the classes will be held during weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, okay, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so after the training, we don't just leave you guys and say, oh, you finished the training with us and we'll hands off you. No, we are now like a family, right? So after the training, we encourage you to write a certification exam, which is the AWS Solution Architect exam, right? So you can now write that exam, then start preparing your LinkedIn profile. We'll also help you to prepare your LinkedIn profile. We'll help you prepare your resume, your CV, and also guide you on how to prep you for interviews. Okay, so these are quite a lot of things we'll be doing after your fourth month, right? So we'll have everybody together in a group whereby you can drop your challenges, any issue you have at all, you just drop it in the group. So even if we have finished the training, subsequently, if there is anything you want us to do, you can always drop it in the group. We'll also help you to guide you on how to land on the job, because basically what we train you are the recent trends in the industry. Okay, recent trends in the industry that can land you on the job almost immediately. Okay, if you follow our pathway, if you follow our journey and advice on getting to your desired goal, which is landing on the job. Okay, so we can also assist you both locally here in Nigeria with jobs, and also if you have intentions of landing a foreign gig. Yes, we also have various websites we can always introduce you guys to land on foreign gigs that would have visa sponsorship and relocation packages. Okay, so that's quite about what we do for the training. And I think my colleague is also here, who is also a DevOps engineer, Mr. Austin. So if he has any other thing to chip in, he can always chip it right now. So guys, feel free. There will be questions and answers, right? So if there's anything you don't understand, feel free to ask a question. We'll trash every question here. Then we'll take it up from there. So Mr. Austin, do you have anything to say?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
thank you so much for that high level explanation. It was very succinct. Okay, my name is Okoro Austin Obioma. Some of you here already know me, some don't know me. I'm a senior DevOps engineer. I work with a fintech company here in Lagos, Nigeria. I equally double as a DevOps engineer for a foreign company in the United States. So my colleague have already, said quite a lot about the scope of this training. However, I know the majority of you here are not IT. You don't have any foundation in IT, and some of you may be, wondering how you are going to cope within the scope of 4 months, if it's enough, or what is even DevOps. Okay. Though at the early stage, I was having network issues. So I didn't really catch if my colleague took out time to explain to you what DevOps engineering is about, but I'm going to just run through it briefly. Okay, so DevOps is from the acronym Development and Operations Engineer, and is a member of a team in the software development. So in every company that is into building of softwares, they usually have need for DevOps engineer. Okay, so before now, DevOps is a very new concept. It's less than 20 years. Before now, there was no DevOps. So developers were basically the one that is responsible for, writing their codes and trying to ensure they push these codes and load the codes on servers and, expose it to the internet for you and I to begin to appreciate and look what they've done. However, there were a lot of challenges with that, because in most cases, you find out that there is a disalignment between the development team and the operations team. The operations teams are those that are responsible for, why this service has been deployed or the solution. The end users are making use of it, and you'll be having challenges. There will be feedback from end users issues. So operation people are more like the customer service or people that are attending directly to the end users. So there is always this discrepancies, because developers will say this thing was working when I did it, and the operations team will be saying no, it's not working. Our users are complaining. So because of that, now comes this DevOps engineer. So you are the bridge between the software developers and the operations team, okay? And the beauty of DevOps is that so many things that developers were doing manually, DevOps now comes to automate them. So in the course of this, in the course of this training, there will be so many automation tools that we'll be using, because another name for DevOps is more like an automation engineer. So we are going to be, you don't need to have a prior IT knowledge. You don't need to be a software engineer, okay, to work as a DevOps engineer. And because it's a newer concept in the software development, and all the companies, big companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, that are using it. So they are having rapid delivery to the market. So because of this, every other company, as I speak to you, there is massive adoption for DevOps concept. In fact, any company that is not presently doing adopting the DevOps processes is looking for DevOps. So that is why you have high demand, both locally here in Nigeria and outside the country. The demand is crazy. Okay. So that is on the high level what DevOps does. Okay. So you are going to be the one to, set up infrastructure in the cloud for the developers to be able to, push their codes. You are going to be the one to set up what we call a CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration, continuous delivery, so that when a developer in India, a developer in Nigeria, Lagos, a developer in Abuja, any part of the world, pushes his code to what we call a central repository for source code management. Once they push their code there, because you have set up what we call CI/CD pipeline, that code will be picked up and built and compile and deploy it to the infrastructure that you have set up in the cloud. And users can be looking at it at the domain name that you as the DevOps engineer will equally set up. So in order to successfully work as a DevOps engineer, you need to have basic knowledge of, Windows Server administration. So that is why this training is going to commence as the first month we are going to be dealing with Windows Server administration.
My boss now 15 now, my 15 now.
Sorry guys, I need to mute this guy. Thank you. Okay, so that is why in the first month we'll be handling Windows Server administration. The beauty of Windows Server administration is to allow those of us, because I know majority of us here don't have any prior IT knowledge. So I believe most of us have laptops because you are going to be needing a laptop for this training. So for those who have been using their laptop, at least you know how to on your laptop, you know how to open the file explorer, you know how to go to the internet. So the Windows Server is similar like your laptop. The idea is to make you get comfortable for even if you don't have a laptop before, but you just procure the one for this training. At least before that first 1 month, you should be very comfortable navigating around the laptop and the Windows Server. Okay. Then after the Windows Server, you cannot successfully work as a DevOps engineer if you don't understand Linux administration. So that is why we are going to be taking you through as a Linux administrator, Linux Server administrator, because Windows Server is majorly for little businesses of maybe 200 people or less than 200. So they won't be able to, Windows Server does not have the capacity to carry as much as 1 million users, 1 billion. Like you see Facebook, Twitter, this popular website, even Google, they're all running on Linux environment. They can't run on Windows. So that is why you must understand Linux. And after Linux, we'll now take you into cloud computing, because as a DevOps engineer, in fact, you cannot work as a DevOps engineer if you are not a cloud engineer. Okay. So, and trust me, this 4 months is going to be intensive, but what is required from you, irrespective of whatever you studied in your university days, even if you don't have a university degree, as long as you can read and write and you have analytical mind, you can sit down and look at things and try to understand how it follows. Trust me, you are going to be fine. All you need is what? That dedication, the hunger to learn, to open your mind to learning new things. Okay. And after the 4 months, like my colleague has rightly said, we are going to be with you all the way. We'll be supporting you to help you prepare your CV, interview preparations. Okay. So the training is going to be costing 50,000 for every month. So that is 50,000 into 4 places. That is 200,000. But you are not expected to pay the 200 at once. So you're expected to make your payment between the first or second week of every month, so that you can, continue with your class. Okay. Then every first week, second week, you make your payment. First week, second week, you make your payment till the fourth month. And trust me, DevOps is a hot cake. If you have time, I want you to check on the internet. You see that the demand is crazy. If you are fortunate to, have maybe have plans of traveling overseas, trust me, you are in the right course, because even doctors overseas, in our previous batch, we have medical doctors in the United States who enrolled in this program, have, completed the program and, have gotten their job. So the beauty of this job is that it gives a lot of idle time. Okay, so you are going to have time to yourself. You are working remote 100%. There is no physical machine or device anywhere that you are going to be doing, and everything you are doing is on your laptop. Okay, and you know this is the new age. Everything is being driven by technology, and the technology is being driven on the cloud. Machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything is happening on the cloud. So you are still very much on time entry because DevOps is just starting. In fact, the demand in Nigerian market is crazy. Okay, to an extent that I am even turning down offers or jobs. That is to tell you because I'm occupied. So it's up to you guys. We are going to open the floor for questioning. If you have any questions, any concern at all, please feel free to ask questions and your questions will be attended to. Thank you once again.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good evening. My name is Peter.
Yeah, Peter, good evening.
So
Welcome.
I want to ask, you said the training is going to last for 4 months, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask, what are we expecting at the end of the training? Is there like an internship that can, where one can actually apply all of the skills or the learning objectives over time?
Okay,
you can
fantastic.
apply. Will that kind of give you the experience, you know, when you go out to look for jobs, most times they want people that are already experienced. So if one can go through such internship, I believe that it will cover for those gaps. So I don't know if there's anything like that.
Okay, so thank you, Peter, for that question. I like that your question. You see, that is the beauty of this our training. This is actually not just a training. It can call it an internship, 4 months internship. Okay, they hope 90% of this course or this training. So please, if you are not speaking, can you mute yourself, please? Mr. Siwa, help me to mute.
Let me mute the person.
No, David. Okay, so 90% or more of the session is going to be project, real life project. It's not like real life project. Okay, hands-on labs. Okay, the beauty of this training is that, in fact, the truth remains that nobody is going to hire you as a DevOps engineer if you don't have an experience, because DevOps is not an entry-level job. Okay, so that is why Udemy, YouTube will not be enough. Otherwise, people will be going to Udemy, YouTube to go and learn, watch one video and watch the other and say, I'm a DevOps engineer. I've had the opportunity of interviewing people who claim to be DevOps engineer. And when I press them with questions on interview, total flop, zero, no knowledge. Okay. So the beauty of this program is that we are I have interviewed like at least 4 persons. So I know what every DevOps engineer who wants to interview you is asking. Okay. So as long as you are practicing what we did in sessions, trust me, you are going to interview to smash it. 2 days ago, one of our trainees in a different WhatsApp group just got a job in the United States. They just finished 2 months ago. In fact, he had more than one offer from different companies. So this program is, at the end of this program, your CV, you are going to be talking about minimum of 2 or 3 years experience. That is what you're claiming. If you don't have experience, nobody will take you as a DevOps engineer. It's not done anywhere. Nobody wants you to come and start learning. So you are, that experience you need, that is what this program is conferring on you. Okay? So the program will prepare you for interview as well as hands-on on the job proper, on the actual job. Because why is it like this? There are other courses of people running program training for DevOps, but if you check, you find that the majority of those people are none of them is working as a DevOps engineer or even a cloud engineer. Most of them are just people who, they are very smart, I must acknowledge, very smart, who have gone to Udemy to, procure one course, read it, watch on YouTube and all that, and begin to use it to, do training for people. But I am working as a DevOps engineer. My colleague is working as a DevOps engineer. Okay, so you are getting it direct from what is being practiced, industrial standard. Okay, so that is why I said the training is going to be intensive and you need to put energy. But as for, you don't need an extra internship after this training. No. What are we doing? Because in this training, you are going to be exposed on a whole lot of tools. The truth is that I don't want to start mentioning the name so that you don't get confused or, afraid. But there are so many tools that you'll be exposed to. And in this training, at the end of the training, you can comfortably stand and defend yourself as a network engineer. You can comfortably stand and defend yourself as a cloud engineer and as a DevOps, as long as you practice. Most times, many people that are having issues is those that keep procrastinating. I will do it, I get busy, I want, But as long as you are following the training, bomber to bomber, what I give you is 1 or 2 months maximum after training, you land your job. So I don't know if that, took care of your question, Peter. Hello, Peter, are you there? Okay, Mr. David, you want to ask question? Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask questions, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, honestly, I've been dreaming of this class. But thank God the dream is coming to life now. I want to ask, sir.
Okay.
Number one, what is the timetable like? What are the time slots for this training?
Okay.
So that we can prepare ahead. If I want to know now that every Friday by so time, every Saturday, every Sunday, so that I will know that within that 4 months, these are the allotted timetable for me, so that I can prepare.
Okay, thank you. Let me just take it before the next question. Okay, so the training are for Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, Saturdays and Sundays, 3 to 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, 3 to 5. And sometimes we may do 4 to 6. Okay, we used to have Nigerian students and US students together, but because of the time difference, we have to separate them. So they now have their own session and their own class. So for Nigerian students, it's usually 3 to 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. Hello, Mr. David.
I'm with you, sir. I'm very, very satisfied. I've heard it very clearly.
Okay. Omuka, you have your hands raised. Please unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, please, I'd like to ask, after the program, can we, is it possible to get something like, let's say, a reference letter from you guys, showing that we've worked with you or, past through internship? Because, if you're applying for something like these, what do you call it? These are UK Global Talent Visa. You will need a reference, to show that at least you're kind of like an entry level, into the IT field. So can we get something like that from, in case we have some people here, that wants to apply for short stuff and we need references? Can we do that?
Okay, thank you, Amuka, for that question. Yes, see, first of all, we do not give you certificate or testimonial, but you are very fortunate. Let me use that word. You are fortunate because yes, this is recorded. I'm not supposed to be saying this, but for all my students, all our trainees that have gotten job, they even use our companies, not this cloud, but the actual company where I'm working. Like the person that just got the job, that posted his job in the WhatsApp group 2 days ago. I did a reference for him with my current company where I'm working, that he worked as a DevOps engineer. So yeah. The company did a background check, sent a mail to me, which I did what? Help him to, so don't worry about that, really. Don't worry about that. You'll be taken care of. Just know that you'll be taken care of. The most important thing, like I've mentioned, is practice. Follow up. Don't have any backlog. Don't postpone. Try to do anything. When we get to that level, that place you are talking, trust me, we'll have you covered. I'm not supposed to be saying some of the things I said because this is a recorded session, but you are fine. You will be fine. Mr. Sunday, please go ahead. Your hands are raised.
All right, sir. My question is, can we have the record of this session?
Sure,
That's my first
definitely,
question.
definitely. At the end of the session, the record will be shared, will be made available. And
All right,
just not,
secondly,
and the same with all the sessions, all the videos of the classes, all the sessions will be recorded and will be sent to your mail. Those are private videos, but this one is public, so we can even drop it in the WhatsApp group. Anybody can read. That is why I'm not supposed to have mentioned some of the things I said. But for in our actual training, actual class, there are private videos. It's only for those that are members of the class who paid that will get those videos. Okay.
all right. My second question is, what happens when we are not able to meet up for the payment in any of the months? Sorry to ask this question, please. Like,
Okay.
let's say third month or second month, because we are also trying to make ends meet and all that.
Okay, I'll be very honest with you. Okay. If you
Okay.
cannot pay, you will not continue. Okay, because if you know the value of what we are offering, you are not going to steal, but you have to find a way to pay. This is a training that if you finish this training and do all the hands-on, we do your interview preparation, do your CV, the least job you can get even here in Nigeria is like ₦1,000,000. So that we are our US students are paying $400 every month, but you are paying 50K. So if you don't pay, our cutoff is the second week. If you don't pay, you'll be removed.
All right.
Yes.
Then my last question is, when is the class going to kick start?
Okay, by the end of, in fact, after this session, every other information will be communicated to the WhatsApp group once, and the payment details will be dropped on the WhatsApp group. Once you make payment, you'll be moved to registered members. That WhatsApp group now is just for all the people who showed interest. So, but you later be moved to registered members where, the whole training exercise and all the information will be passed. So it could start tomorrow or it could start next week, depending on the turn up of payment between that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all for now. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Who has not spoken?
Sorry, sir, 1 minute. When you said DevOps engineer in Nigeria and 1 million, do you mean 1 million per month?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. You said depending on the turn up for the payment.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Yes. So, are you saying we should start, if assuming maybe 60% of us should pay now?
The class
are you saying we can start on Sunday or on Saturday? Sorry, this Saturday, tomorrow.
Yes, depending on the turn up today. If we get up to 60%, because you can start tomorrow. Every other person, but new people are allowed to join even after before the end of this first month, because there is a recorded video. Once you join, you make payment, those videos will be made available. And again, the first month is Windows Server administration, which is like a foundational course. Okay. So even some persons in our previous batches, some people that could not even join the first month, they join in second month, and those videos were made available for them as long as they paid for it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So you are going to drop the account details now so that we can just making payments.
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sir, please, I will also encourage, let's be considerate too for that. So if there's a way they can at least one week, so that some persons can also try and meet up, please. Thank you.
No problem. We'll consider that. We'll consider that. Okay, I
Yes,
have
one more. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So if we should, assuming the turn up is not encouraging this week, the month has started already.
Yes.
So, and this is the first Saturday and Sunday. So assuming they didn't meet up well and we are postponing it to next week.
Next week, yes.
So does it mean we are going to be short of that 1 week that we have missed?
Worry not about that. What matters is that you'll be taken care of in terms of all the things you need to know must be, passed to you. Okay. So all the things you need to know must be taught. So you will not be losing. You shouldn't be worried. Say we've lost 1 minute. And if there is for any reason we couldn't finish what we set out to teach you in a particular month, we spill it over to the next month. But nothing will be left behind. Okay.
So in
That's
other
interesting.
words, what he means is that you have 8 sessions a month, right? So regardless of when you start for that month, you always still complete your 8 sessions a month. Okay, so
Fantastic.
Mr. David, you don't have any issue. Every topic, every topic is slated for a particular weekend. So that's why we have 8 sessions in a month. So regardless of when we commence training for that month, if it's second week, if it's third week, you still have to complete your 8
It can
sessions
spill
for that
over.
month.
Beautiful, beautiful.
We'll
Thank you
always
very
move
much for
to
that, sir.
next month. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Jude. Jude is on Discord. Jude, you've not said anything. Do you mind? Is there no question you want to get clarity on? We have Olua Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please feel free to ask question, even if it's just an introduction. We have Martin Ogundare.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Emmanuel.
Sorry, this is coming from.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel.
I just joined the meeting in about less than 5 minutes now, so I missed a lot because I'm just returning from work.
Okay, don't
I
worry.
just to find out, is it going to be physical class or online class?
Okay, this is going to be online class. In fact, we are talking about migrating everything on cloud. So,
Okay.
so the class is like we are having now. That is how the sessions will be. Okay,
Okay.
but it's going to be recorded.
Practical.
So hands-on, 90% of the time.
Okay.
Hands-on.
How much is this, and what's the duration like?
Okay, the training is for 4 months, and for each month you're expected to pay 50,000
For each month.
Yeah, so you pay monthly. But if you have money and you feel you want to pay at once, it is allowed as well.
Okay. All right, I'll get back to you.
So the video of this session will be made available in the group.
So what's
So
your location, sir?
I'm in Lagos as I speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no physical class, it's going to be online.
No,
problem,
no.
I'll get back to you, sir.
It's all right. It's all right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, so Martins, please, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, I really don't have much to say. I've been following, although I joined quite late because of the network glitches over here, but I've been following, and most of the questions I had have already been asked. So I think I can't say I can't wait to start the classes. I'm really elated to be here. I'm excited.
It's all right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Mr. Jude, you don't have anything to say? Jude,
No.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, nothing much, sir. I heard everything, so I think I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Suri, please, you have the floor.
Okay, so guys, thank you for the questions. Like Mr. Austin has said, every other information will be dropped in the group. The payment details will be dropped in the group. Then once you make your payment, send a screenshot to the admin. Then we'll add you to the registered group. Okay, so we'll have to move you guys from the inquiry group to your class group. Okay, so I think we've said basically everything, and I don't know if anybody still has any questions to ask or any contribution or anything you want to know, you want to find out. You can feel free to just add whatever you want to add.
Please, one more
Otherwise,
question.
go ahead, please.
Okay, so you're the ones going to teach us, Abby?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So any other question? Anybody want to ask any question, any challenge, any contribution? Okay, so that's fine. So guys, once you make payments, like I said, just drop the screenshots, then we'll add you to the class group. So your materials, your learning materials will be sent to you after each month. Then also we'll also send you the course outline, right? We'll drop the course outline, all the courses you will do, everything. Will drop the course outline. Then if we have any additional information, we'll also inform you guys and let you know about it. Okay, so since no further questions, I think we can call it a
Yes, I
day.
have a question. I have a question.
Okay, Mr. Sunday, go ahead.
All right. So my question is this: how sure? Sorry to ask this question. Oh, how can I be sure that everything that has been said is going to be the way it's been said?
Okay, so apparently, if there was a past student of one of our um, students, I would have asked them to join this Zoom
Session.
inaugural session. So probably they would give you updates because all what we said, you can quote us tomorrow. You can quote us tomorrow. Everything you hear here is recorded, though, and you get this video even after 2 months, 3 months, right? You watch the video again and come back and ask us, sir, you said this, you said this, you said that. Quote us. Everything we said here, that's what we are doing. We're not doing anything that we haven't said here.
Mr. Azzy, just to chip in, okay?
Okay.
All we need from you is the dedication. You see, to be honest, I have to just be plain. It's not an easy course. So.
Uh-huh.
I want to say
so easy.
No. I will be deceiving you if I say it is very easy. If it's easy, everybody will be doing it now. Okay. But the most important thing is you must be dedicated about this. It's not something that you do casually. It's not what you do casually.
Okay.
And the beauty is that the benefit is there. You can take it to the bank that I'm saying this. Okay. So it's not what you do casually. You need that. Okay, you're an IT person, right?
Yes, I'm graduating in computer engineering from computer engineering department. So I don't really have issues. It's just to ascertain that what's being said is true and it's going to materialize just the way it's being said.
Yes,
That's just
it will. Okay. As long as you follow through. There is no other secret. There is no, if anybody tell you say it's going, DevOps is not easy. But if you follow through, that is why we are the one teaching you. I'm teaching you what I'm doing every day. Okay. I'm teaching you what I do every day. So every possible error, everything that you may come to, that you may see, I have seen it before. So I'm going to be there. My colleague will be there. So, but if you know you are all these, what did they call them? I will do it later. I'll watch it later. This class is not for you. Okay. Or maybe the work you are doing now, you are very comfortable on it. Then this class is not for you, because if you are very comfortable what you are doing now, you won't have the passion and the desire to want to learn this. Okay. So we need you to be dedicated to this course, this training. Don't skip your classes. Don't skip videos. Practice. Have issues. Drop them in the one. Disturb. Don't go and relax. Say disturb until you get response.
All right.
Okay.
Sir, please, I really want to ask a question that has been bothering me for a while now, but I was thinking that maybe while we're on it, the question will be answered itself.
Okay.
Since we'll be deploying automation tools, like you said earlier, are we going to be coding like real coding?
Okay, so in DevOps, we call it scripting, not coding. Okay. Now, as a DevOps engineer, that is why the second month you are going to be learning Linux administration, and you are going to be learning in that Linux administration, you'll be learning what we call bash scripting, how to navigate around Linux environment, okay? Because
Okay, sir.
as a cloud engineer, you are going to be doing some bash scripting. Then for the automation processes, we have what we call Terraform. Terraform is an infrastructure as a code tool that you use to, instead of going to click, you are going to write a script that will go and create those resources for you.
Wow.
Okay, and that script is something, it's not something you are writing from your head. Me, I don't write from my head.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so there is already template, but you need to understand it. You need to know that, which is part of what we are teaching you. How to know that, okay, this is what I want to create. Therefore, this is the what I need to use. Chicken.
Okay. Okay, but the templates are already available for
It's
us to
already
just
done.
grab and put.
For everything we are deploying, there is a documentation. For everything we are deploying, there is a documentation. If I decide to share my screen now and show you now, you see everywhere things. But if you look at it at the first time, you'll be afraid. But exactly.
Wow.
First hand, for someone who is an outsider, you'll be like, this guy is doing magic. I'm not writing one A from my head.
Okay.
Just to know that the thing is, you need to know what is it you want to do. Then there is a document for doing it. All you need, you pick it and you tweak it to meet what you want to, your use case, kind of.
Okay, sir. One other question, sir.
Okay.
Where you said you've been in this for quite a while now. All through your experience, have there been issues where you find unsolvable? Like, I don't know how to express myself here. Maybe there are circumstances where you've never experienced such challenge, and maybe people around yourself don't even know how to solve that problem. What do you do at that point?
Okay, beautiful question once again. There is no issue that is not solvable as long as it's DevOps. The only thing is going to, that is the beauty of this training we are doing. Because this training now is exposing you to projects, real life projects, that even when you start work, that is what you are going to be doing. For someone who does not have a solid training, understanding, if you see some issues, your head will burst. And again, apart from the training, during this training, you'll be learning troubleshooting skills, because we sometimes deliberately allow things to go wrong so that I will show you how to look around and find solution to it.
Okay.
Truth is, if you are a beginner, like when I newly started, some things may take me weeks, days to solve, but everybody know, as long as the whole world, everybody know that DevOps is not a bed of roses. Okay, so nobody is telling you must do this today or tomorrow. No, they know that this is DevOps, that you are going to find a way. You are an automation master. And the beauty is that when you finally solve the issue, everybody will be happy, because it will be looking like as easy as ABCD. Meanwhile, they didn't know the rigors you went through in setting it up. Okay, now, but because of the time I have spent on this, trust me, you have to put in time. You have to put in the time. It's not, it won't enter your head just like that. So because of the time I put into this, there is hardly any issue now that's taking me up to 30 minutes, 40 or 1 hour. Unless it's just a long process, a long project that you need to do. But say a singular integration, few minutes, I'm out of it. But because, like I told you, DevOps is going to give you a lot of idle time. So most time in your company, they'll have what we call agile technology, agile process. Okay, so having iterations for task and assignment. So you may be given a task and you agree with your development team that this thing is going to take you 2 weeks, but you do it in a day. You'll be flexing. Nobody know that you've done it. You will not tell them until on that 2 weeks you now bring it up and show it. Everybody, okay, this guy have completed this time. But for a newbie who is just coming, yes, it may take you up to 1 week, 2 weeks. So the beauty of it, it gets better as long as you are doing something every day. You get better with it. It's as simple as that. And it's repetitive kind of. if you set up a CI/CD pipeline, if you go to another company, any place you are going, you are setting up a CI/CD pipeline. It's the same CI/CD pipeline. So you've done it before. You've done it before. If you want to set up monitoring thing, you set up a monitoring tool, let's say Prometheus Governor. Once you have successfully done it for the first time, you've known it. So if you like, they take you to Jamaica, any place, and they want you to use the same monitoring tool, you'll be able to do it because you've done it before. All right. Any other question? Anyone?
Sir. Lastly, from my end, sir, you said somebody asked a question concerning certificate. I didn't get a very clear answer on that, sir.
Okay. There is no certificate that I will give you, or anybody, any training institute also will give you that will qualify you to get a job as a DevOps engineer or as a cloud expert. Okay. So that is why after this training, we encourage you to go and sit for a certificate exam by AWS, Amazon Web Service. There are multiple cloud service providers. We have Amazon, we have Microsoft Azure, we have Google Cloud, GCP, we have IBM, we have Alibaba, we have so many of them, okay? But Amazon is the pioneer of cloud computing, and they have continuously dominated the cloud market. So that is why we choose to use it for this training. And once you finish this training, you are advised to go and sit for a certification known as Cloud Solution Architect, associate level. Once you have that certification, and you have packaged your LinkedIn profile, recruiters will be the one looking for you. They will be disturbing your inbox. If I open my LinkedIn profile and show you my inbox now, you'll be wondering, say some people say work no day, but work plenty. Now, do you have the skill? So the certification you are writing is not given by us. Even if I decide to go and work one testimonial certificate and give you, it's useless. Nobody is going to look at it. The most important thing is the skill. And again, it's important just because you are coming, especially those coming from non-IT background. That is why it may look like a necessity to do a certification. But if you are someone who is already in the IT space, like as I am now, I have my certification. If that certification, it can expire, I'm not interested anymore. What counts now is my experience. Okay. And during interview, the certification will only help you to get interview, especially if your educational background does not come from the technical IT background. Okay. So certification recruiters see, they'll say, okay, this is a global recognized certification, AWS. So once they see, they know, this guy is a cloud expert. They want to reach out, they want to schedule an interview. But once you have entered and start working, you're no longer much interested in certification, unless maybe you just want to use it to package your CV. Because every other job you are not going for is based on your experience. Okay. And as you are doing the work, you are building your experience. When you get to interviews, you even get to some interviews, you find out that you are even better exposed or knowledgeable than those interviewing you because of things you've done. And if it's a Nigerian company, they may be intimidated, but if it's a foreign company, they know they will just rush you. Okay.
All right.
Any other question? Isaac, you want to say something?
No, sir, I'm okay.
All right, guys. So let's call it a day. Hopefully we'll start tomorrow or next week, depending on turnout of event. Do you enjoy the rest of the evening?
You, sir. Really appreciate this inaugural section. God bless you.
Yeah, bless you too. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Graceful, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.